Hi all, Bill Greenberg with PhoneScholar.com. Here we are together again on a Monday, and I have to tell you, the stories today is what kind of makes me love this business, and I'll explain it to you in a minute because it's just getting too funny. First story, AT&T Mobility is adjusting their early termination fees. Basically what they're doing, they're raising their price for their smartphones to $325 for an early termination fee rather than $175, but they're dropping all their other phones from $175 to $150. Now this starts June 1st and it's for purchases after June 1st. So if you already have AT&T and you have a smartphone, don't worry about it. It's only after June 1st. Now for those of you who don't know, the early termination fee is, let's say you sign a 2-year contract and 6 months into the contract you want to cancel it. You are charged a fee for doing that. The reason why these early termination fees start is because when you first purchase a phone, it's what's called subsidized. So, like prime example with Verizon Wireless, if you went to go buy a Storm 2, their touchscreen BlackBerry, right now if you bought it online for new, meaning you sign up with a new activation with them, a new contract, a new 2-year contract, it would cost you $179.99, so $180. Let's say 4 months down the road, you lose your phone, something happens, you don't have insurance on it. To rebuy that phone will cost you $530, $540. That's the retail price on it. So what happens is they are subsidizing some of the price, and they take the 2 years of your service, your airtime service, your monthly fee, to pay back that subsidy plus. Obviously they make a lot more money on that. Now everybody's does do a proration. So like with the AT&T, for every month that you keep your phone, you get $10 back. So let's say after 23 months, for some reason, you decide you don't want this, you're going to cancel your contract. Instead of costing you $325, it'll only cost you $95, because $230 will come back. Conversely, with this basic phones, after 23 months, it would cost you $58 to terminate that. Now, just to let you know, Verizon Wireless last year already upped their smartphones to a $350, and their advanced devices, meaning their netbooks and stuff, to a $350 early termination fee. So this is not something AT&T is doing. This is going to be across the board. One of the speculations why AT&T is doing this is because they're releasing the new iPhone 4.0, and they don't want people purchasing that and then leaving once, if and when Verizon in 6 months announces an iPhone for their product. So hopefully that gives you an idea of exactly why and what's going on with that. Sprint and T-Mobile have not announced anything. They still are $200 for any device. So something to think about. Now here's the funny part. Chris King from Oracle Communications through Wireless Week magazine put out an article that says why retail stores must be top priority. The same exact day, the Wall Street Journal puts out a story saying cell phone firms should hang up on their stores. So, I mean, at opposite ends. Read both articles so you can get an idea. The long and short of it is, based on what Chris King was saying, 75% of the consumers, that they said, especially in the 18 to 34 range, want a store that they can physically go in and look at the products. 77% of all people think that it's very important for a carrier to have a store. That said, 30% say that their experience is either poor or fair, and only 11% have a positive experience in the stores. Now, running Verizon Wireless stores myself, I personally know that the wait times can be 30 to 45 minutes. My particular store was not allowed to have chairs on the floor, so people were standing for that long at the store. No matter what I did, it just happened. And there's some stores in the system that the wait time was well over an hour. So that's one of the largest things. Now, they do say, according to J.D. Power report from last year, 3 out of 4 customers that do go into a store walk out with something. So there is possibly a reason for stores, but the Wall Street Journal reports, which is true, first of all, between the 4 major carriers, there's 7,600 stores, which is quite a bit. I mean, when you think about that, Best Buy has about 1,100 stores, Radio Shack has 4,500 stores. So think about the math between that. The cost to operate these stores is about $500,000 a year. So for like Verizon and AT&T, that comes out to about $1.1 billion per year, which is almost 2% of the total revenue from last year. So it's very, very expensive. Plus the fact that the stores right now, the number one thing for the stores, it seems like, is data add-ons and information on data. Well, what's happening is, let's say, again, you have a smartphone, you have a BlackBerry, you have an iPhone, and you buy the data package. when you go to renew that and upgrade your phone to the newer one, you still have the same data package, so the store's not going to make any more money on you. That's honestly one of the reasons why I no longer have my business, is because you couldn't get renewal or residual monies on that. So the stores are turning more into customer service centers, and to be honest with you, it's very expensive at $500,000 a year to run a customer service center. Not that they don't want to have those for consumers, but again, it's all a dollar thing. So read both articles. I do think that you're going to see the carriers reducing the numbers of their stores, and they are, in my opinion, weeding out the independent agents. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when I first started working for Verizon, 60% of their revenue came from independent agents. It's now down to about 25%. So you do the math, you see what's happening, and again, it's all revenue, so we'll see what happens. Lastly, Verizon Wireless lost a hearing for a class action lawsuit that's been going on since 2007, based on a 40-cent per month, or what's now a 70-cent per month administration fee that they're charging people. And what Verizon wanted was to have it on a person-by-person basis, and what the plaintiffs wanted was to have it as a class action lawsuit, which I guess brings in more money. So that's what's basically going to happen. It's now kicked down to another court, and if it turns into a class action, although all of those of you who've had Verizon since 2005 may see some money. So keep your fingers crossed, we'll see. Under categories, under the Kin phone, there's 2 articles in the Kin phone. One talking about how so far it's been a success with the people that they were targeting. The early feedback is very good. They're talking about merging the Kin system and the Microsoft Windows 7, which makes sense for both Microsoft products. And then they've also added an upgraded version of the Bing search for free. And then the other article is about how the Spot campaign is offering free concert tickets and small venue concerts and things like that for major bands, but the problem is that the information is leaked out through like Twitter and Facebook, and they give you clues how to get there, so it's a little bit frustrating, but check out the articles. And lastly, Dell is getting into the smartphone arena with the new Aero phone that's coming out this summer with AT&T, and it's going to be an Android phone. So check it out, along with everything else, www.phonescholar.com, and I will talk to you tomorrow.